Hey guys, Big Adele here, and today I've got a ZVT for you. I'm the blue Zerg in the top right, and fiber optic is going to be our red Terran in the bottom left. I'm going to try and be more energetic this cast. I have been rewatching my casts, and I'm kind of monotone, and I don't mean to be. I just try and explain it, but I don't know. It's weird trying. It's weird being just talking enthusiastically to yourself about stuff that you know. Uh, but I'm working on it because it's definitely more entertaining to actually listen to people have a little bit of enthusiasm in their voice rather than just talking like this, like constantly. It's like da, 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 da. It's not as fun. You gotta have some a little bit of oomph, a little talking about stuff. But either way, doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is just make drones, make drones, make drones, and we're going to do a double proxy hatch. One proxy hatch is going to be at the third. You're going to make that one first with the drone you send out, and then you're going to send another one to the back of the main base. I sent it just a little bit early, so we're going to mess with the SCV a little bit, and then once I have about enough money, actually he just goes away and I decide now it's time, throw down a hatchery in the main base, and then you're going to get to 17 drones again, and then throw down a spawning pool. So it's going to be 3 hatch, then pool, but none of the hatches are near you. He sees this and pulls all of his workers to stop it. This is actually what I think you should do against proxy hatches inside your main. But it works really well for me here because he's not making any money that whole time. He's not building anything. And meanwhile, my other proxy hatch is coming out. He says GG, foolishly thinking that that was my main plan. I'm gonna write it back to him and see what I can get from this. I didn't mean to. Yeah, you take 2 gases because you're gonna do a Ravager, like proxy Ravager up here. Um, he says you can leave now. Again, I'm like, oh, you think that was all I was gonna do? And so I like to make drones first. I like to make 3 drones and make 2 spines and a spore crawler that pretty much stops anything from killing this base before you get all your roaches up. And then obviously make a queen here, make a queen at the main, and get a roach warren once the pool is done. And then you're just gonna push them. You're just gonna try and contain them on one base as much as you can. Bile anything you can down with Ravagers while you are protected on the low ground with this, and then spread creep everywhere you can. Spread creep all in here, all around here, and then maybe eventually connect it back to your main creep. Because once you get some roaches out, we spread the creep over here, I believe his Reaper just came in here and died. Yeah, his Reaper just died to this Queen? Yeah, the Queen killed it. But he's going 3 racks. He's going to have another command center. And I'm going to have 3 roaches are done now after I built the 3 drones for this. These defenses will pretty much mean once I spread the creep, I can put them right here, and I can't be attacked by low numbers of units. Finally get enough money that I'm gonna throw down a hatch after I get my 3 Ravagers. 3 Ravagers are gonna be a good number because 1, you can use all the larva out of base, but also they can one-shot siege tanks and liberators if you hit all 3 vials. As your creep moves, move it up. Really, you want the turrets about right there so they can protect you from anything coming down the ramp. I'm just going to make some drones. I like to drone up this base, but it's kind of greedy. Really, it'd probably be better to just make more Ravagers, but as long as you have 3 at the very beginning, it's fine. Just make sure you increment some more out, but keep making drones. Keep making overlords and stuff, expanding your economy. I would say just make drones and hatcheries and Ravagers for a while unless you know they're doing like battle cruisers or banshees. Remember to move your overlord that you send at the beginning of the game over to the ledge, so your Ravagers can bile stuff like tanks. That's a bad spot for tanks, but they can. If I had this over here earlier, I could have been biling this. I could bile this. He's very upset about this. Honestly, I think this is the best way to play Zerg, because you keep them on one base while you just expand, and even if they do push you off, they have to scan to clear all this creep and stuff. It's kind of hard. I tell them to cope. I think that's the best way to respond to people who are angry. Just tell them you're coping with anger, and let them know it. So the Impaler Tentacles are just gonna destroy anything they can because I have high ground. I see this tank sieging. Um, Even with only 2 Ravagers, if you bile both and attack it with 4 hits, you're going to be able to kill it. These Marines come down thinking they'll be able to man mode these spines and get just totally destroyed. And the Spore Crawler saves, or I guess he doesn't save, he doesn't do anything. He just damages a Viking. But it's still nice. If they make a Banshee, it's clutch. Keep spreading creep, keep making drones, making overlords. And then you want to get a lair after, sometime after you make the initial Ravagers, and then make a Spire, so you can respond to whatever air units they do. Anything else, you can respond with Ravagers and your stuff at the front here. I'm going to start that Spire up right now. You could definitely start it substantially earlier than I did. I kind of just forgot. But, yeah. I'm going to continue to lay siege to this. Probably should come in here with, like, Overlord Scouts just to make sure what he's doing, but we're holding them off fine. Keep moving the Spore Crawler back to stop the Liberator from just putting it right on top of all of my Ravagers. And the longer this goes on, while you have him pinned on one base, you can just expand, you can drone up, you can mine out the bases that he's supposed to take, which is super good. And you can continue to spread creep everywhere. Just kind of send that Overlord into its death, I guess. Whenever there's not a lot to punish you, you can just kind of go in and file down a Liberator, since it only takes 3. Even if a Ravager or 2 dies, it's normally worth it. Definitely if only 1 Ravager dies. I'm going to do a little bit of fancy micro with these Ravagers, and not have any of them die. Nothing too crazy, just some pullback. And he's, chugging along. It's not good anymore. It's been bad for a while, but now these bases have been up for a while. Spire's done. Getting the gases. I don't know if I ever actually put onto these gases. Got a 4th base now. He's kind of, he took the one that was going over here and landed it over here. He's dropping some mules, but not a lot of major mining going on. He clears almost all of these creep tumors. That's still alive. This one's still alive, which will still block any expansion attempt. And that's the worst part. Even after you get out, if you do clear all this stuff, you have to scan, or you have to make a Raven to kill all of the creep tumors everywhere. Tries to slowly expand, pulls some siege tanks, another Liberator. Tries to get what he can, misses this one again. Walks into a little bit of mutas, some Ravagers. We're gonna make some more spines in case he tries to push out. And at this point, I mean, obviously I don't know what's going on, but I'm pretty sure that I have a substantial worker lead since he's on 1 base and I'm on 4. So now it's time to just make Ravagers, or Roaches, Roaches and Ravagers. The mutas are going to go and kill this base, and then attack the worker line and anything that flies. Meanwhile, this is going to hold all of these guys. They're going to run in and get impaled by some turrets. Try and dodge all the biles. Meanwhile, the mutas are going to run into the back and start killing all of the SCVs. This causes all of the Marines to run back here to try and deal with the mutas. Once I see that with the mutas, obviously it's time to run in with the Ravagers and stuff and kill the unprotected tanks and Liberators. Couldn't remember what this was called for a second. I accidentally biled all the tanks, so now I don't have anything to kill this Liberator, so it's just going to keep killing me. I'm going to bile it twice, which is not going to kill it, and just run. Because I don't need to hold this position anymore. I have so many workers. I don't even need this base. I got this one. I'll just transfer them all over here. And now it's just a matter of I'm just going to make an unbelievable amount of roaches and corruptors or mutas or whatever. I also threw down the Evos and a infestation pit, so get 1-1, get +1 on this, get some infestors, start up a hive whenever I remember to do that. And then I see him over here, so just add insult to injury, we'll split the roaches up to get a better fight, and with this beautiful concave, we're just going to go ahead and smash the remaining army. The Liberators might destroy the mutas with their splash damage, but I think after making a couple more mutas, I realized that corruptors are the way to go, and the roaches just pushed on in. He, again, is not very happy with the situation, but it doesn't fucking matter. You lost. So a lot of people wonder, like, how to do proxy hatch. Um, there's a lot of ways to do it. I really like this one because normally, if you proxy hatch in the main, they never expect you to have a proxy hatch over here, and it's pretty crazy. I can't remember who I first saw this from. It was some icy far that Pig did. Um, some person, some person's replay that got sent in, and they did this, and it's huge brain. It's honestly amazing. Um, but yeah, hope y'all enjoyed it. If you watched all the way through, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and love y'all. Peace.